The last class we started to discuss the first chapter of geography. As you know, we have three disciplines, means three branches, three books in social science. So what are those three books? Geography, history, then civics. So in among these three, we started to discuss about the chapters which is given in geography. So we have started to discuss about the geography chapters. So there, what is the name of the first chapter? The name of first chapter, which we started 3-4 days back. What is the name of first chapter? You should not forget anything which we are discussing in the class, or which we are discussing in the class. You should not forget anything. And daily, whatever the things we are recorded in the notebook, you should look into that. Then only you can get remembered. So what is the name of first chapter? Yes, environment. Because if you remember the name of first chapter, and you will be clear with the concept what we are going to discuss and what we have discussed already. So remember concept. Once if you remember the concept is heading, the name of the chapter, and all other concept you can remember. So that's about the name of the chapter is about our environment. Our environment. So we started to discuss about our environment in last classes. What is environment? What is environment? What is environment? Say. What is environment? What is environment? So environment, then let me ask in Kannada, what is Parisara? Parisara andre what is environment? Then what is surroundings? Surrounding things. What is surroundings? What is surroundings? What is surroundings? So it's very easy. I know you people know the answer for this, but you don't know how to express the answer. You don't know how to convey your answer to me, is it not? So surroundings, like the things which is there around us. The things which is there in around us. The board, it is in around me, is it not? Board, the wall, water bottle, these all the things, is it not? The mobile, chair, fan, table, these all the things are in around me. So these all the things which is in around me, not only me, it is everybody. So the things which is around us is called as environment. Is it not? We are discussed. The thing in around us is called as environment. It's very simple. ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲೇ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಪರಿಸರ. ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಅದು ಜೀವ ಇರುವಂತ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಿರ್ಜೀವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಜೀವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. So it's all called as environment. We discussed, and I given the definition for that environment is not the thing in surround us. The thing which is around us is called as environment. We discussed about that. So we have three components. Then after the environment, we started to discuss about the components. What are the three components of environments? What are the three components? Types of environment. What are those? What are the three components of environment? Yes, we have natural environment, human environment, then human-made environment. These are the three components. Environment andre artha aita. So environment andre the things in around us. Whatever it may be, this board, is it belong to environment? Is this pen belong to environment? Is this wall belong to environment? The water bottle, this phone and the chair, table, the people, animal, bird, mountains, road, is this all belong to environment? Yes, it's all the factors, like it's all the things which is belong to environment, including both the living and non-living. Both the living and non-living things are belong to the environment. So that's what we discussed. Then components. What are the types? Components. Three components we have in environment. One is natural environment. Another one is human environment and human-made environment. We discussed about natural environment, human environment, and human-made environment. So these are the three concepts. So in the last In the last class, we discussed about this first concept about natural environment. Natural environment. So, what is natural environment? Natural environment, like it's a things which is drawn from nature, which is appeared, which is existed, which is taken or which is found naturally. The thing which is found naturally are called as natural environment. I give a definition for all those things, is it not? Then it's about a natural environment. What are the examples for this natural environment? Examples for natural environment. What are the examples which is naturally found? What are those? As mountains, like land, soil, plants, trees, animals. These are all the things which comes under natural environment, which are naturally existent, which without help of human beings is called as natural environment. So there in under the natural environment we discuss about the further classification. So this natural environment it's a very big component. The natural environment is a very vast and big component. So every other environments like a human environment and human-made environment, it comes inside of this natural environment. Inside this, it's dependent, it's interacted and it's dependent with the natural environment. And these two environments, human environment and human-made environment, or belong to this natural environment. Means they are dependent and they are inside the boundary of this natural environment. So natural environment is a very big component in among these three. So about the natural environment we discussed in the last class, and there I explained about the classifications, the components further. We have spheres. We have 4 important spheres. What are those? One is lithosphere. We discussed about lithosphere. This one. Then we have discussed about hydrosphere, lithosphere, then hydrosphere, then atmosphere, then the biosphere. About this, all the 4 spheres we discussed. Lithosphere. What do you mean by lithosphere? Litho is nothing but rock. Is not rock. Lithosphere. Our Earth's surface, the upper layer is a crust, and inside, the below the crust we have mantle. The upper portion of a mantle and crust is called as lithosphere. Here, our Earth is made up of 3 layers. Inside we have core and mantle and the crust. Outer layer is a crust. We are on this crust, is not. So crust and upper part of mantle, it's called as lithosphere. This area is called as a lithosphere. So this lithosphere is made up of rock. This lithosphere is made up of rock, so it's called as lithosphere. Then the hydrosphere. Hydro is nothing but water. Hydro is nothing but the water. Then atmo is about the air. Hydrosphere, the sphere which is made up of the water. What are the forms of water? From where we can get water? What are the forms of water? Yes, we can get water in the river, lake, then sea, ocean, pond, rainfall. So these are all the forms of water that we can get. So this all together, all this, Nadigalu, Sagara, Samudra, Kere. So these all the things forms hydrosphere combined. Then atmosphere, the air. Atmosphere is nothing but air. Atmosphere is that sphere which is formed by the air. Then the biosphere. Bio is nothing but life. The sphere which is having life in it. It's a biosphere. So this biosphere, it has connection with all these 3 spheres. All these 3 spheres are supported for the biosphere. So about this natural environment we discussed. It's just I am recalling. I am what you call revision. So it's like type of a revision. This was the concept what we discussed in the last class. I am making you to remember the concept what we discussed in the last class. That's about the natural environment we discussed. Now we go for the human environment. The human environment. Human environment. So environment, you know, environment is a thing which is surrounded us. It's environment. Human environment, like the environment which is created by the humans. So in the natural environment, the environment which is, the things which is there in the environment, it is naturally found or drawn from the nature. ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕವಾಗಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಸ್ತು, ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕವಾಗಿ ತಮಗೆ ತಾವೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಮಧ್ಯಸ್ಥಿಕೆ ವಹಿಸಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. Here the human environment ಏನು, this environment which is made up of humans, the environment created by the humans. So like the group of people, the family, the community, so it forms the environment. It's called as human environment. The people together form human environment, forms environment is called as human environment. So for example, individual also comes under this. Individual is single person, then family, community, group of people, the community. So this is the example for this human environment. The environment which is created by the human beings. So here the school environment. So here we have students, teachers and other faculty members. All those things, all the people forms the environment here. The school environment, it's an environment of humans. So it's called as human environment. In the social life, as we go towards villages and cities, there are we have family members. We have family, we have individuals, we have group like people, like one community people, the people who are belong to one particular dharma, so they are religion, they forms their own environment. It's called as human environment. Is that clear? So this human environment is very much important than these two environments, natural and human environment. Then the human environment is very much important because of the human environment, the natural environment is being used. So because of the human environment, the human made environment is created. So right on this concept, it's very simple and easy concept. Is about human environment. The environment which is created by the humans, the group of people, individual and the community, is called as human environment. Is that all? Okay. We'll go for next human made environment. Human made environment. So here the word itself, the term itself explain about this concept. So human environment, we know about the human environment is the things which is made by the human made other create ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ. So the environment which is created by the man, environment created by the man is called as human made resources. For example, yes, this pen, the board, the table, chair, fan, then the mobiles, everything. Most of the things what we can see in around us now here is all are human made. Is not? So human made environment are those like things and the environment which is created by the human and which is taken directly from the natural environment. These all the things are we have got from the nature. Is not? Suppose for the duster, we get a wood naturally. Is not? We get a wood naturally, then that wood has been modified into this duster. We get the wood naturally, then that wood is modified as a duster. It's not. It's a human made. So human resource plays an important role in making the human made resources and creating human made resources from the natural resources, from getting natural resources or the human resources. Human environment and human resources are the people. The people, they modify the things into human made from natural resources. So like things which are modified or created by human beings. It's called as human made. Then the environment, which is formed by human made things, are called as human made resources, human made environment. For example, so we have many things as an example for this, like a road, vehicles, buildings, fan, book, pen. Many things you can be example as an example for this human made, because there are many things. Why earlier in the ancient period we were not able to see all these things, like a human made resources were very little. Then natural resources was more. Why? Because the human resources or human environment was less. Humans, like a population was less, for that reason the population they not made use of natural environment. But now we have more population, we have technology, and we have a skill idea of those things. Because of that, now we are making use of this natural environment. So by using these natural things, whatever the available in natural environment, we created the human made things. So this is a concept what we discuss. This is about this chapter. This chapter is having the 4 important concepts. One is about the environment. I hope you understood about the concept environment, environment definition, environment and the rain, other one the examples. It's one. Then we have 3 more. One is the classification, components of natural environment, otherly components of environment, otherly natural environment, but the human environment, then human made environment. So these are the 3 classification components. So further in under this natural environment, we have classification, 4 classification, 4 types or 4 spheres. So what are those? Lithosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, then atmosphere. These are all classification under this natural resources what we discuss. Then human resource. Now we discuss in this class we discuss about a human resource. Human environment. Human environment. In the natural environment, we have 4 classifications or 4 spheres: lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and atmosphere. In a human environment, we discussed that environment is created by the humans, like group of people, individuals, family, community. They are called as, they create the environment called as human environment. And in the human made environment, that environment which is created, formed by the things which is created by the humans, called as human made environment. So this was the human environment. These buildings, this school, and we have tables, chair, and this all the fan, and we have some systems over here, and we have mobiles, and the chair, all those things. It's is not. It's an environment which is created by the human. It's an environment which is created by the human. And here we get a human environment here. So whether all students get into their classes, when they come to their classes, and when all the teachers come to their particular classes, and when all the faculty get into their work, everything creates its own environment. It's a human environment. So we have human environment and the human made environment, is it not? So this both the human environment and human made environment are on natural environment, is it not? So this all the buildings, everything which is on the surface of earth, is it not? So we get this air, we get a sunlight, we get a water. This all belong to the natural environment. We have a surface, land surface, rock, all those things. It comes under the natural environment. So this human environment and the human made environment, that comes under this natural environment. Means all these 3 environments are interlinked. All these 3 environments are interlinked, and all these environments are interdependent. It's each other, dependent on each other. So have you understood? So then what is the environment? What is environment? Yes.
The things which are surrounding ಯಾವ ವಸ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಇರುವುದನ್ನು
Okay, sir. Good. So, like environment ಅಂದ್ರೆ things in around us. The thing in around us. So that's about the environment. It's very simple. It's a very simple concept. Right on this? Right on this human made environment. Right on this concept, it's about a human-made environment. Right on the points. Right on the points. So by this, our first chapter is completed. It's very easy and a small chapter. The first chapter is completed. We will go for the next chapter in the next class. Is that over? Now, let me ask some questions as we discuss about this chapter. Let me ask some questions. What is the environment? What is environment? What is environment? Is that right? What is environment? You. What is environment? Environment ಅಂದ್ರೆ what is environment? The thing in around us. ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳೇ environment. And also the environment belong to environment. This pen also belong to environment. Everything. This board also belong to environment. This whole building is belong to environment. This air, sunlight, water is belong to environment. Everything. What are the things we can see? ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಣ್ತದಿಲ್ಲ, ವಾಲ್ ಕಾಣ್ತದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ and what are the things it's in around us. The things, whatever the things we can see, it's all belong to environment. It's all belong to the environment. So in this environment we have three components. One is about natural environment, human environment, and human made environment. So here in this, the whole earth is an environment, is not. So on the surface we have three components. We have all these three environments. All these three environments are interconnected, interdependent. It's not separately available. It's not separately available. Suppose you go to the market there, and you will get dresses in our textile shop. You will get some utensils in other kind of shops. And if you go some other way, you will get footwears in the footwear shops. It's not. It's somewhat segregated. We have different shops for different things. Like it's divided, but not like here. So it's not like that here in the environment. In the environment, it's everything is interdependent and it's interconnected. Everything is there and it's interdependent, interconnected. So it's called as environment. There we have three components like natural environment. On that natural environment, human environment are dependent. Human environment, they are created the things. It's called as human made. It is there. All these three are connected, interdependent. So what we call for this? What we call for this? Yes? Environment. Very good. The things which is there in the surrounding environment. Yes, that is good. But I am asking somewhat different question like these living things like plants, birds, animals, human beings, insects, all those things. These living things are dependent with other things, other living things. Both the living things are dependent, interdependent, interacted, and it's living in a non-living things. It is dependent on other living things and interacted with the non-living things. What is this? What we call with the term? Here, suppose, let me explain with some picture. We have last one concept, last one main concept. Now it's our last concept. So here, suppose here we have a, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? It's a pond, is not carrier. It's a pond. Suppose here some fellow is sitting. What he is doing?
Fishing.
Yes. He is doing a fishing, he is catching a fishes. What is this? Sun. What is this?
Clouds.
Is not. Here we have what is this? Fishes, is not. Here this fish, how it lives means what is the food of this fish?
Small living organisms.
Very good. Small living organisms, insects, small plants, so insects and small living organisms. By eating all those things, the fish lives. ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕೀಟಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಗಿಡಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಂದು ಇದು ಮೀನು ಬದುಕುತ್ತೆ. ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್? ಬಫೆಲೋ. ಫಿಶ್, ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್. ನಾವು ಈ ಫಿಶ್ನ ಹಿಡಿದು ಆ ಮೀನು ಹಿಡಿದು ಅದನ್ನ ಮೀನು ಫ್ರೈ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ತಿಂತೀವಿ. ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್. ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ and not only that, if he is a non-vegetarian, he will catch a fish and he will have. Suppose he is a vegetarian, what he will get a fruit, is not. Fruit is the somewhat it's a food for the vegetarian. Suppose the vegetables and the fruits. Here, this, what is this? This is a living organism or non-living organism? Living organism. It lives, it survives, but living by eating other living organisms. It survives by having the other living organisms. Here, is it belong to living organism or not? Yes, he is a living organism. So this person, this fellow lives or survives by eating these living organisms. So here, suppose he is a non-vegetarian. Suppose a vegetarian, he will have this food. Is it living organism or not? The plant and tree.
Yes.
Yes, living organism. So here, these living organisms are interconnected. It is dependent on these insects. This fellow is dependent on this fish and these fruits. So these fellows are connected, interconnected living organisms in non-living or otherwise in natural environment. These living organisms are interconnected and they are interdependent in the natural environment. So is this belong to natural environment? Sun? This cloud, is this belong to natural environment? So what is the use of all those things for the human being? You will get a sunlight, is not. You will get air and you will get a water. These are the basic needs for the human being. He is dependent on these things. He is interacted. He is dependent on these living things, and also is interacting with this non-living thing. It's called as ecosystem. It's called as ecosystem. Have understood? It's called as ecosystem. Here, the living organisms, both the living organisms are interconnected and they are dependent with the non-living organisms like natural environment. It's a natural environment. This water, is this natural environment or not? Water. So this rock, inside suppose rock, is this natural environment or not? This land, is this natural environment or not? Yes. So these fish will not live without a water. Water is a natural environment, it's a non-living thing. And also the fish cannot live without these living organisms. Insects, ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ. ಹಂಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಈ ನೆಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ನೆಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀರಿರಲ್ಲ. ಈ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಮೀನಿರಲ್ಲ. Is not. So it is connected with the both the things, non-living things and living things. Same like that human being also. Human being also dependent on these living things and this non-living thing. The earth, air, sunlight and all those things, water. Is not. So it's called as ecosystem. And the connection of both the living and non-living things. ಇಂಟರ್ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಎರಡೂ ಜೀವ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಜೀವ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಎರಡೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬದುಕಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಮೀನು ನೀರಿಂದ ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಕೂಡ ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಈ ನೆಲ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಈ ನೀರಿದ್ದರೆ, ಗಾಳಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಊಟ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ. That's about it's an interdependent interconnection of living organisms and non-living organisms. It's called as ecosystem. It's the last answer. Have understood? Interaction and interdependent of living things, each other in its natural environment. It is called as ecosystem. Right, this is the last concept. Is it clear? So next, the fourth concept what we discuss is about ecosystem. What is this concept? It's an interaction, interdependence of both the living things in its natural environment. Natural environment andre living things and non-living things both. Is that over? Shall I wrap it? So from the next class we start our second chapter. The first chapter I hope it's clear for you all. You know, so there is only four concepts we discuss in the first chapter. One is about environment, first concept, and the components of environments like natural environment. In under the natural environment we discuss about the classifications. Four classifications, four spheres. Then about the human environment, human-made environment, then the ecosystem. These are the five concepts we will discuss in this class. Then we'll discuss about the second chapter in the next class.